stuck in the past watching videos of us. I have been.
Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed, my darlings. You're so very welcome indeed. So before I continue, what am I wearing? I am wearing DVF. Yes, FDV wears DVF. And she collaborated with Target. Yeah. And I love it. It's a wrapper loops. Let me just show you. She's known for her wrap dresses, so don't go that far. It's a wrap, my darlings. Can you see? And then I just tie it to the side. I live and love it. It's so yummy to wear, and I also wear it on a plane when I am traveling. It's just everything, everything. And I love the color as well. It's so gorgeous. All right, so we have Nina, who has a wonderful resort retreat. And darlings, when I tell you that it is absolutely beyond and fabulous, and it commences on the 2nd of October 2025 to the 6th of October, and it is called Media Magic.
Value of the information that we were given. So it's not overwhelming. It was very clearly laid out. It was accessible even for someone that's not familiar with public relations.
Now I'm leaving, feeling more PR ready. What I thought I knew, I now know more. What I came to do, I've done so much more.
If you are serious about really growing your business or growing your brand, then this is really this is a must.
And I love the fact that I came away from it feeling and knowing that I now have a clear pathway for the things I want to do next for my business.
I'm literally in awe.
I feel like I can pitch. There's so many platforms that I've wanted to go on, so many podcasts or just things that I thought I can only dream about. But in this retreat and just through the classes and the sessions, I really learned how to actually reach out to those platforms, to those huge platforms.
Know that when it comes to PR, Nina gonna put you together, okay? During our sessions, how she walked us through the playbook and she had us complete tasks. It gave us a sense of clarity.
Nina, you did that. You brought a group of amazing women together and you helped us bond, see our worthiness, and it was everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Yes, it's really been an unforgettable experience.
This is by far the most impactful few days I've had in a very long time.
Nina, you have no idea how profoundly your journey has impacted my journey.
Don't even think about not signing up.
So I am dedicating the month of December to Fumi Nation. Thank you. Big hugs to everything. It's been a phenomenal year. And I am dedicating this month to you. Drop all of your questions below. Let me know what you want me to talk about, and we're going to go with that. It's sister to sister. It's story time. You are going to live and love because it comes from you. And so without a beat a loops, what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about the side chick. Yep. And why we as women, do we focus on the woman in the betrayal that our spouses, husbands, and partners have shown us. If you are in a marriage and you find out that your husband is sleeping with somebody else, why do we feel the need so very much to focus on the side chick? Last week we had a topic here as well where it was an issue of a lot of you in the comments saying that I would make sure I would never taunt my husband. I would make sure that he doesn't have women around him. And so I don't let my friends come to the house when I'm not there. I don't allow my friends to cook for my husband. I don't let other women be around with my husband when I'm not there. And I will not invite attractive help of any shape, form, whether it's the chef, whether it's the cook, whether it's the nanny. I will not allow her to be around my husband. I do not want any problems. I don't want any issues. Why are we focusing on the secretaries and the ladies in church and this, that, and the other, when your husband is somebody you do not trust? Bottom line, if you do not trust him, if you don't trust him, you're wasting your time with him. I am Dutch, and I lived and worked with my Dutch husband for 24 years, 30 years together in Ethiopia. Never ever thought that our much younger and single mom secretary would take my husband. But it happened. Ruined a family with 5 kids, of which 3 are adopted. My staff tried to warn me. I didn't believe them. Not my husband, a Christian, a family man, but I was the one who was wrong. He did cheat and he destroyed our lives. And I am so sorry that you married such a worthless human being. But what I want to tell you is that it was not your secretary. It was your husband who was married. The secretary was not. And he made those vows for you and your children. And he broke those vows. I am not saying that the side chick does not also have a part to play in this. She does. But she's somebody that does not have any ethics. She doesn't have any principles. She doesn't have any scruples. She is not a sister, and karma is real. Yeah? But you don't have anything to do with her. You do not have anything to do with her. You're not living with her. You did not make promises with her. She really is nobody other than the person that you hired. Your husband, on the other hand, is someone that you were with for 30 years, of which most probably he had been cheating all those years. But you didn't see it, you didn't know it, or it was one of those flirty things where he wasn't interested to go any further. Or it was a situation where he just felt, you know what, I'm not in love with you anymore. And instead of him to do the right thing and say, darling, I'm getting off the bus here. I don't want to do this anymore. He muddied up everything. And he mixed his outside gig with his inside gig. But he was still a snake. A snake will always love eggs. No matter how much you try to take the eggs away from him. He is an egg eater because he's a snake. Your husband was a snake. Your husband was a cheater. He cheated and ruined the family. But it had nothing. She did not take your husband. She did not put a leash around him and drag him. He willingly went. He willingly left. He willingly slept with another woman. He willingly put you in a situation of danger because God knows whether he was using protection, because perhaps he was still sleeping with you and he's sleeping with her without protection. So there are diseases and all kinds there. And for me, it's a blessing in disguise because God only knows how it would have navigated going forward. because we get all the cues and the clues. We do get them, but we choose to excuse them away because we don't want to face reality. We're not prepared. It's too hard. I don't want to deal with this. Maybe it will go away. I don't really care for him, but let me stay in this facade for the children, in the company that we keep, our friends, our family, our community. And it came back and it smashed against the wall. It was no fault of yours. Please believe me when I tell you I'm not blaming you here. I am not blaming you here. But when you write and say that, oh my God, she took this man away, she didn't take the man away. She could have broken up the relationship and he still would have found someone else because he was not satisfied in your home, in the home you built, because he's a broken man, because he's a sorry excuse of a man, because there are men out there that honor their vows. There are men out there that don't cheat, because you hear it all the time. Oh, he's a cheat, he's this, he's that. No. There are men that don't cheat. And why is it that we always, I don't want a woman in front? What about us as women? Do we have the desire to cheat? Do we look at other men and say, wow? Why is it that we are so focused on him? Why don't you focus on yourself? Be financially independent. Have your own career. Have your own life. Do what you love. But if you circle your life around another man, you circle your life and finances and your happiness around another human being, well, there you have it. Poor is the person whose happiness depends on the permission of another. Love him, but before you met him, you had your life. And now that you are together, you are one. Yes, share your scruples, your principles, your ideology. But if anything happened to him, let us hypothetically say, outside of cheating, then what would you have done? Then I would have been able to handle it. Then I would have been able to deal with it. But the mere fact that he cheated on me, my God, it breaks my heart. And with the secretary, he knew that I knew her. She worked for us. She knew me. She knew us. She was our secretary, and you did that to me. I get it. That is why she is out the door. But your husband is even worse. Because it was somebody that you trusted. And because you doubly trusted him. And because you don't go around checking for security cameras. Because you don't go around sniffing on shirts. You don't go around looking and finding whose piece of jewelry is this. You don't go around and you smell another woman on him. You didn't do any of that because you honestly trusted him and you were occupied with 5 children. That's a lot of children. And perhaps he felt no excuse. This is where you discuss. This is where you come back and you say, I don't feel like we are in the bedroom often. I don't feel as if we don't have our love language. I don't feel that we're together enough. I don't feel that we're spending quality time together because you're always with the children or you're paying attention to this, that, and the third. What about me? Let us regroup because we need to keep this burning and alive so I can refocus. Those are the things that you have to ask. Those are the things that you have to boldly say. But if you stay quiet because you don't want to rough the edges of anything, then sometimes, unbeknownst to us, all of us, we get that surprise. But I tell you here and now, it had nothing to do with her. It shows that your husband had no principles. He had no ethics. He did not even respect you. He did not fear you at all. That he was callous, he was careless, he was reckless. And you know what? He did not take any of his vows seriously. 30 years and he thought, nah, you know what, I'm tired. I don't want it. You don't even want him back. You don't want him back. You think you do because you're not over the hurt that he impacted the family, financially, emotionally, even decision making. I say that because I know what it is when Ula is not here. I have to make the decisions. I have to take care of Adrian. I have to work out here in these streets. I've got the brand, putting everything together. I've got my family. I've got my friends. I've got errands. I've got so much, and it is really on me. And do you know what? A lot of things fall off the table because I don't have the time, because I'm spread thin. It's scary because you've been in that security blanket with another man all this time, and that's the danger. That's why I say don't do it. Make sure that you've got your own financial independence. Make sure that you have your own life. It's even good every once in a while for you to take over, just to know how it feels like, and you always check in with your husband. And if there was any one time, because it could not have just been out of the blue and just said, you know what, we're having an affair, we're going. No, there were things there, but you bypassed, and you have to go deep into them and erode them out. I am sorry that your marriage ended the way that it did. Let this be a lesson for others. Focus on your husband and see who he is. And if he is somebody that you cannot trust around other women, he's not worth it from the gate. He's not that mentality, that old mentality where don't cook for my husband. I cannot leave my husband with somebody else. That's just too much hard work. My God. That's a lot. That's like a child. Does he have his shoes on? He cannot be by the main road. Has he eaten? Has he this? Has he that? You're running after a grown human being who at the first opportunity will cheat on you. Darling, that is exhausting. That's exhausting. It's not the woman. It's not the side chick. That's exactly what she is, on the side. There's nothing about her that's great. And do you know what? It's unfortunate because it comes back to the man again. The man made her a side chick. When you leave and then he marries her, she now has opened a vacancy for another side chick to come because he likes to have his what? His cake and eat it. It's a lose, 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 lose. You don't win. You don't win. When you have to look out for your husband, what is he doing? Where is he going? Let me check his wallet. Let me check his phone. I can't have any woman around him. Then you might as well just go into a harem. Because you know what it is, everybody knows the tea but you, and you refuse to accept it. On that note, kindly please don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, my darlings, and I will see you what? I will see you sooner than later. All of my love. Mwah.